Let's do this. All right, so this is a new thing that we're going to start doing. We're going to be bringing on successful agents and teams and interviewing them and asking them all about their business. So today we have the Hearthstone. I'm just kidding. It's not Hearthstone Home Group. If you got that text message, Dathan, it's okay, man.
Hey guys, I really
here with us today.
I really apologize.
Ruth, Ashley, and Deanna. Are y'all excited to do this?
Yeah, a little nervous.
Well, tell us a little bit about when y'all started y'all's team and how many people y'all are up to now. Take it away.
Oh, you want me to go? Is that why you kicked me?
Yeah.
We started last April and we started off just the three of us. And today we have 8 total. So 5 associates that work with us.
Very nice. So what's that structure like? So y'all have like you 3 are like team leads.
Mhm.
And how does it work for everybody that's under you?
They are associate agents,
Okay.
so they come on. We have some that are brand new, some that have more experience. And so the 3 of us, we provide coaching and mentoring to all of the agents on the team. But we've kind of set it up in a way that we hope that all the agents that join us will stay forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
But they, the associate agents who join us, obviously, if they were to leave at some point, we hope they wouldn't. We're always there.
Gotcha.
The 3 of us are, I guess you could say, the founding members of Hearthstone.
Yes. Founding members.
Partners.
So are you guys, do y'all provide them with leads or how does that work?
Well, no, we teach them to do things organically and how to contact their sphere of influence and let people know, hey, I'm an agent. This is what I do. This is why I'm valuable. And we pay for one thing, and it's literally just one of our friends that does like SEO stuff. He does our website because we want to try and reach people out of state. But other than that, we don't pay for Zillow leads. We don't pay for any leads. We try to really teach our people how to do it organically.
So I want to piggyback on that.
Yes.
Nate did our website.
That's right.
Oh, yes. Nate did our website. Yes.
So we actually we did the custom website.
Mhm.
Nate is amazing. Our website.
She's like, let me brag.
Oh my gosh, we love it.
Yeah. Well, we get compliments
No,
all the
it's very
time.
generous.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but then as we were looking at ways to invest in lead generation, I've been an agent 7 years. And what I've learned is that money spent in Zillow and Realtor was a waste of money. Money and time spent on calling cold leads is a waste. What I learned that trying to actually direct traffic to your website and invest in SEO and get people to the website. So if you're in Montana or if you're in Maryland and you're trying to find a Central Texas real estate team, how are we going to capture that lead? And so we decided we would rather invest the money in our website and our search engine optimization so that we could capture those leads. And what we're finding is that it works.
Yes.
And then we also teach our agents and encourage them to truly reinvest in clients you've already closed. That is your best referral network. Is to take them to dinner, take them to lunch, buy them coffee,
Send them birthday
Yeah.
cards.
send them, go to their weddings and anniversaries.
So I just want to say real quick disclaimer. If y'all were on my internet leads suck class like 2 weeks ago, I didn't pay them to say anything.
Oh, that's so funny. I didn't even know there was a.
Yeah. So this is all, I didn't tell them any of this. Okay. So this is like firsthand evidence that like your database
Oh, that's
truly does
hilarious.
pay off.
Uh,
Yeah, reinvest in the people who know you're already good.
Yes.
And the referrals that you're going to get from them. And I've had 3 or 4 clients that I've closed 7 or more deals with. So once
and
they,
gotten clients from them.
yes.
Yeah.
And so once that they trust you and they know you're good, keep that relationship and build it for life.
Yeah.
And we tell at the closing table, that's not it. We're just beginning.
Yeah.
It's like, we want to be your team for life and form that relationship. And so spend the money reinvesting in your clients, and that will help propel your business and get your referrals from that. That's what we've learned.
I love it. Going back to SEO, how long have y'all been doing that now?
March.
March?
Yeah, we started in March. Yeah, we're actually gonna have
Okay.
a meeting with him. Yeah.
And I've actually like looked at y'all's website. Y'all get more than 1,000 visitors every single month to y'all's site now,
That's good.
Yeah.
which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And y'all are in, what market are y'all in? Like officially, I guess, would you
Central
say?
Texas. So
Okay.
you're like Temple, Belton, Salado, Gerald, Cameron,
Clean.
Colleen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fort Hood.
So I will tell everybody this, especially if you are targeting an area that it's not like a major city, like you're not just trying to go after like Austin or Dallas, what they're doing with SEO will absolutely work because the competition is very, very low.
Mhm.
So that's absolutely incredible. What kind of struggles have you guys had to overcome other than getting me the correct images to put onto your website?
So Ashley's in charge of our branding, and I do want to say your brand is very important to you. We've been given an amazing blessing with All City that they allow us the freedom and flexibility to create our own brand.
Yeah.
And you need to find a brand that you're passionate about, that means a lot to you. And Hearthstone is something that it's a part of us. And so the fact that All City allows us to do our own branding is amazing. And this girl is in charge of all of our marketing and branding, and she's gifted in that area. And so, we kind of joke that, yeah, it's hard to find the right image, but it matters. And so, take the time to get your branding right.
Yeah.
And make sure it means something to you, because then it's easier to get behind it.
Yeah. I know y'all brought us all this swag. Shoot, we didn't have one of those folders.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, we
good.
brought our swag.
So y'all have like basically note cards, thank you letters, magnets, all kinds of stuff that goes out. But the thing that really caught my eye was that folder.
Mhm.
And tell us about that because you don't pay for it.
It's the client folder. When we meet a client for the first time, we put all the documents in it. When we IABS, everything. The folder we have a lender on one side, a title company on the other side, someone else on the back that helps contribute to it, so that the cost for us is minimal to
Basically,
zero.
nothing.
So we partner with other people to do that.
Nice. I like it. And there's a lot to be said about that kind of stuff. I actually knew a guy who picked up a client because he just wrote a handwritten note to her with a magnet. He had called her. It was like he was doing cold calls to a neighborhood.
Mhm.
And she put the magnet on her refrigerator. Well, the lady ended up like developing Alzheimer's, and her son was going in, cleaning out the house, and he just saw the magnet on the fridge, and he was like, "Yeah, I just figured you were her realtor." He had never met that woman ever.
Wow.
Well, we have an agent that left a previous broker, and then she took all of our stuff to one of the events that she went to. And some people, I guess, they don't understand how real estate works or how agents get paid and whatnot, but they were like, wow, did you get a raise? This is a promotion, this new job. And she was like, yeah, I kind of did. So, but yeah, I don't think we even answered the question.
Oh, struggle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, I
We're
don't
happy you had to
came from,
overcome
like-
it, so. They're like such a happy team.
You need to hear about our images.
Yeah.
And branding's important. Struggle.
Oh, see, that's so funny. I completely missed that.
Yeah. We're a young team.
Real struggles.
We really haven't. The
Just
three of us-
learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all been learning. And the biggest thing that we have learned, and we encourage others to do the same thing, is communicating with other personalities, right? And like understanding how someone's going to react to something is so good to know, because then you know how to present something to them, can make a situation go from like wildfire to like cool, calm, collective.
From what we understand,
Yeah.
you test the waters on that.
I test the waters all day.
But what is so cool about our team, we have 8 truly gifted individuals.
Yes.
But with that comes a wide range of personalities.
Mhm.
And we want to help bring out the strengths in each agent on our team. And also, where there's a weakness, find a way for the team to make up that difference. And so I think it's an interesting dance.
And teaching
And-
people how to understand their strengths and weaknesses also, and understanding that a strength can also turn to a weakness, and different things like that is a really difficult thing to, I think, teach people or for people to grasp. And so it's good because we try to know our agents on a personal level, know their hearts, know their families, know their friends, know what they do in their extra time, so that we know their person, and when something happens, we know how to help them.
I like it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen, since y'all have been growing y'all's team, y'all are also kind of like branched out. So you have the latest guy, I don't remember his name. He's like Farm and Ranch,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So y'all are kind of, and then you got another girl in this area.
Yeah.
So y'all are kind of like
Who's specializing in Austin Luxury Network.
Yep. Mhm.
very nice. So y'all can basically have each other's back.
Yep.
Because I did notice on social media, y'all go on vacation a lot.
In
Yeah.
summers.
As much as I would
Yeah.
like.
In the summers.
You know what? We need some downtime, okay? Because we work really hard for our clients.
I wouldn't call it vacation. We do beach retreat.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then y'all like got each other's
well,
backs.
We
right?
do,
Right.
yeah, and
Yeah.
we do team stuff, and then so we're a big family, like in real estate and personal lives. Like when stuff comes up in personal lives, we pray for one another, we help one another, and we go on vacation, and other people pick up our slack, and then we switch spots when we get back, so
I
it's
like
a really great dynamic.
That's a really good, to me, that's one of like a huge benefit to having a team, especially with like what you guys have,
Yes.
is being able to say, feel like you can actually step away and you know that you've got people there that have your back.
Well, and I want to address that. Finding a team that truly knows your heart and has your back is so special. I love to work. I'm kind of a workaholic, and I have to.
We go on vacation, but we work till like 2 a.m. and then wake up at 4. So it's not the easiest.
I have to plan. This is sad. I have to plan for my downtime, but I lost my dad last fall, and he was in the hospital for 40 days and 40 nights, and my mom and my sister and I wanted to be there with him 24/7. And you can't just stop real estate.
Yeah.
But these girls had my back, and the team had my back. And when you know that you can be in the hospital devoted to your dad because they're taking care of your clients and the business is running smoothly, that's priceless. So in our structure, we don't keep 100% of our commission. We share it. And we chose to do that because nobody wants to work for free. We knew that, we recognize that. And so there is a benefit to helping one another. After my dad passed away, her paps passed away, who was like a dad to her. And then I could be there for her the best that I could. And those, we laugh and we joke and we love what we do, but it's in those times that you really look around you and you realize that the people you put around you are more than just your work partners. And so I can't imagine going through last year being a sole agent and not having a team around me.
Yeah.
I felt like it helped me stay centered and focused on what I needed to be focused on at that time. And then when I was ready to jump back into real estate, we were ready to go. And my clients were never abandoned, and I never had to worry about them not being taken care of. And that was, I think, to me, one of the biggest blessings so far I've had of being a part of these women and on this team.
Phenomenal. So tell me a little bit more about that. Whenever you go into like a listing appointment or you meet a buyer, I guess, you introduce the team and you say, hey, if there's anything
depending, like, so we tend to tag along, like if people are available, like, and especially other agents, new agents, we always are telling them when we're going to something, so they'll tag with us so that they can learn and get experience. And so we let our clients know, yes, exactly that. We say, I am your contact person, but you also need to understand that you have a whole team that's behind me that's going to be helping with this. And anywhere I fall short, somebody's going to come pick up for me. And so it's really wonderful because a lot of people appreciate that. Like if I say, hey, I'm going to be out this day out of pocket, but please reach out to Deanna, reach out to Ruth or somebody else on our team. And then we just communicate and they're like, I've got it. Don't worry.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But often we will all show up we have several meetings with our listing appointments.
Okay.
We are not the team that shows up, signs a contract and shows up the data list.
Yeah.
We're there several times.
Okay.
And one of the times we go by is to help stage. She also has a design company, an interior design company, and she's brilliant.
Y'all can never let go of
And so no. And so I'll bring her in. And I'm more the contract side.
Okay.
The side of my brain is detail, dates, contracts. She's the creative side. And so I'll bring her in and say, all right, Ashley, help me. Is this home ready to photograph? And we'll do things that we need to before our professional photographers get there. And that is a huge help. And so we all go and help each other with that phase of it. And then sometimes we'll bring the whole team before a listing goes live to say, we want you to know what this listing is we're about to have so that you know this property.
Yeah.
So we try to stay fully engaged in what listings we have. In our office, we have a whiteboard that shows listings we have coming up, buyers we're working with, so that we can all know, here's the clients we're trying to help. And that way we have 8 people trying to help our clients find a home or sell a home rather than one.
Yeah.
I'm like kind of speechless, like hearing y'all's like structure and everything. Because I've been in this business a long time and I've seen a lot of teams. I don't think I've ever seen anything like what you guys
Well, if
have.
this ever doesn't work out for you, you can come join us.
All right. That's
And I was going to say, and that's because there is nothing like
Our
that.
goal, our ultimate goal isn't just to add
People to our team.
Oh, yeah. Talk about that.
associates
yeah.
or team
Mhm.
members. Our goal is to create an environment where not only do we want to help them, they want to help us, and we all work together. And so it isn't just adding people, as many as can. We really want it to be a family
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that cares about each other and supports each other.
Yeah. So y'all, because what y'all were telling us about the interview process, like y'all really grill people.
Yeah.
It's a vetting process.
We have a vetting process for sure.
I'm assuming that's a multiple interview process and everything as well. You know,
Yeah,
back
there's
to you.
about
Wanna be
3 or
family, wanna
4.
be
Yeah.
spouses.
Mhm.
I
Which,
mean,
yeah.
we want whoever comes to work with us, their spouse, to feel like they're included and to feel like they know what their husband or wife, where they're going to be,
What they're
who
getting
they're going to be working
into,
with,
and
and we
yeah.
want everybody to be comfortable. So.
And our husbands totally support what we do.
Mhm.
And we don't have to ask them permission to do anything. Like, I think we all signed our lease for our office and we were like, oh, maybe we should tell our husbands we just
You
signed.
got
a
some
lease.
office space.
Yeah.
But
You're gonna be moving furniture next week.
putting stuff together. Thanks, honey.
Yeah.
But it is important. We like our spouses to meet prospective agents who are
Yeah.
going to be joining our team, because we do a lot of things together. And we want to make sure that people feel welcome and feel a part of our culture and feel comfortable in our culture. So yeah, it is a process. It's several meetings. And to be honest, we don't even talk about payment structure or commission splits until the 3rd meeting.
Until they're kind of like,
Like, okay.
yeah, I want
Yeah.
to do this. I like y'all. Yeah. Because we don't want people to join us for their pay structure. We want people to understand how valuable we are and how we want our agents to be just as valuable to us. Right. And so I appreciate that we do that, because a lot of people that have joined us haven't asked. They've just kind of been like going through the process and like,
It's like,
oh, well,
okay.
do you want to know how this works?
But also it gives you an opportunity to sever the ties if you decide you don't want to hire them, or
Yeah.
I shouldn't say hire, bring them to your team. So we go through a couple meetings, and then we say, all right, why don't you come on in and let's talk about how you're going to make some money. And then at that point, if we know it's not going to work, it's an easier way to.
You just make the splits really bad or
Part-
what?
No.
So we're taking
They-
100%.
No, but I mean, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, well, our motto is serving hearts, selling homes.
Heart always comes first.
And we believe that if you serve the client and you meet them in their need where they are, the money will come. And so many times in real estate, you're meeting people through sadness
Mhm.
or extreme joy and happiness. And it's important for us to know what our clients are going through when we are working with them, so we can know how best to meet their needs. And that's truly important. You need to know timeline. You know, if there's a divorce pending, you need to talk about that up front, because that could impact your timeline. There's a marriage coming up. I mean, there are a lot of reasons. If it's an estate sale, do they need someone to help them get the home ready for an estate sale before so understanding what your clients are going through truly is important to knowing your timeline in real estate. And then that also allows us to know how to best serve them. And so we want to make sure any agents that are joining us, their heart is right in the right place. And we tell them, listen, trust us, let us help you and coach you. And if your heart's in the right place, the money will come. And that's what we truly believe that.
Yeah, I like that. So to touch on that a little bit more, I want to talk about database, because, and I remember I was speaking with you, your database, you keep it very tight knit, just kind of like y'all's team. Can you tell us a little bit about the majority of where your business comes from and y'all's database?
Take it, Ruth.
Our database is pretty much each individual. Everybody kind of has their own way of keeping track of past clients, new clients, and its sphere of influence, whether it's referrals or previous clients. But we all kind of keep track of our own
and
database of clients.
It goes like, it started here, right? Your sphere of influence kind of starts here, and then it gets here and here and here and here. And so it's like, you don't have to have a gazillion clients to be successful, right? You have to be good at what you do, and people have to know that you're good at what you do. And then those people send people to you. And so, that's why I hate internet leads, because it's just awful. There's so many and they're all horrible. Yeah. I mean, maybe not all. I know you've converted some.
Well,
and
so
you've
she
converted
was
some,
an
but
internet lead. So this is interesting.
Oh, yeah,
I met Ruth because she and her husband were a Zillow lead that I got.
Okay.
I helped them buy their home. Since then we did 7. And then she was like, you really like your job. And I think I want to get my real estate license. And I was like, oh, you're my biggest client. Okay.
I can't lose you.
And she's like, I want to get my real estate license, but I want to work with you. And then that's when I'm like, yeah, let's become partners. So first Ruth and I were partners. Okay. And then Ashley joined us, and we wanted to make a team. And we found All City to be the best home for us. And oh my gosh, we are so happy here.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is the best place to grow a team. Yeah. And we feel so much support. She mentioned, make sure you're good at what you do. The education and the support that All City offers is priceless.
Yeah.
When I think about what we get for such a small amount of money a month, it blows my mind.
Yeah.
And we're so thankful for that. My biggest concern in joining All City was there's 1,000 agents. Is my broker going to have enough time for my measly text? Yeah, he does. I don't know how. But when I need to speak with somebody, we get a hold of somebody.
Available. Yeah.
And that's amazing to me. And so we feel a lot of support. We love the education aspect. And so when we bring agents on, we have a coaching and mentoring program that we offer
to brand new
agents.
Yeah.
And so they come on in a completely different structure than seasoned agents. Yeah. Because we know it's going to take more time. They shadow us. In fact, we gave some of our new agents an assignment over the weekend to submit an offer
to us.
Nice. And with very vague details, like most buyers would do, right? Mm-hmm. And then we're going to go over those contracts with them. And help them understand how best to write an offer and making sure they're protecting their client in all ways possible. And so we try to put things like that in place for our new agents. We CC them on email so they can see the communication, how you speak, what's professional, and how you problem solve. If we're in the office, we'll have a lot of conversations with speakerphone, as long as there's nothing confidential being said, obviously. But that helps people see how to problem solve or how to take a really angry person and calm the situation down. So we really try to lead by example and allow people to watch and learn from what we do. And then when we make a mistake, say, okay, I messed up.
That didn't work.
Yeah, that didn't work. Let's fix it. And here's how we're going to fix it. But yeah, on the database,
So how are y'all staying in front of your database?
in front of the database, like making sure we
Yeah,
have
are you
stuff
like
coming
doing
on in the pipeline.
calls? Or are you doing like
Oh,
parties? Like what are you guys
Yeah,
doing? It's
yeah,
just like
yeah.
we do client appreciation
Yeah.
event
Love
once
it,
a
okay.
year. We
Christmas gifts every year. I've been given a Christmas ornament for 7 years. And so we chose Christmas ornaments then when we became a team, because then at least once a year, when everybody's decorating their tree, maybe
they
they'll
see
think of us.
our, yeah.
yeah.
We do things like, I mean, I know for me personally, I just call my clients, I go eat with them, I go
Mhm.
have coffee more. It's just very personal.
One
Dinners.
year, one
Yeah,
year
dinners.
anniversary on their home, send a little card.
Yeah.
Yeah, we send every client an anniversary card every year. So my clients hear from me personally at least
once a year.
twice a
Or
year.
twice a- Oh, yeah.
Once
sure.
when we
Yeah, that's
handwrite
right.
the card
Mhm.
and once when we deliver or we see them at our winter party.
Appreciation, yeah.
But then we also, I keep an address book to, okay, when did I last have lunch with them or dinner with them? Or when did I deliver a gift? Or
Mhm.
did I attend their anniversary party? We also are in the Fort Hood area. I've been to welcome home parties when soldiers have come home, baby showers. So we try to keep track of how often we're interacting with our clients.
Mhm.
And I was gonna say something I do that is not just for clients, it's for everybody in my life. But I feel like if I haven't talked to somebody in a while, I like scroll through my text and I go all the way down to the bottom and I work my way up.
So I said in the internet lead stuff class.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that
I
is
say it
so
almost
funny.
almost everything we teach, I tell you to
Yeah.
scroll to the bottom,
Yeah.
text the bottom 5 people
Yeah.
every day.
I think
That
we
is
all
so
do that,
funny.
but yeah,
And then-
yeah.
And then I made up a lie,
Oh gosh.
which is, hey, how are you doing? I was just showing properties in your neck of the woods and I wanted to see how you were. Because they're not gonna know that, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like reminding them you're in real estate and yeah. So you do that.
Yeah, I really do that.
Yeah.
But not just for real estate clients, like for friends and family, anybody that's in my sphere. I just go down and I'm like, hey, long time no talk. How are you doing? What's going on? You know, how are things? And then if it's somebody that I truly enjoy seeing, I'm like, let's get together.
That's what you have to do with your database. You have to figure out who your A, B, and C. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lunch with you.
Yeah.
And
But you have to figure out what works for you, right? Like what works for you, because I know I do it a little bit different than she does and a little bit
Mhm.
different than she
Yeah,
does.
I'll do it a
But
little
yeah,
bit differently, but
staying
we
in
all
touch
keep in
and
touch,
yeah.
yeah.
David on our team is retired or not retired, but
Yeah.
former
Yeah, he's retired military,
former
yeah.
military.
Mhm.
So he still has a connection with a group of
Military
men.
people.
in the different units.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and so he is able to be on base and takes donuts and
Go see people.
and his sphere is amazing what
Yeah.
he's done in such
Yeah.
a short amount of time. And so we really try to tell our agents, figure out where your sphere is and just go
What's
there.
your niche and then
But be
nurture your
authentic
niche.
at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good word. Be
So,
authentic.
yeah, because people know when you're
A phone.
trying to sell them.
Yeah.
You really want to be authentic and sincere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not calling them, begging them for
Right.
referrals.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about someone at church? You sure you don't know anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
and
that-
we're even different in that aspect. So like if somebody approaches me at church and says, hey, Deanna, I need to speak with you about real estate, I'll say, sure, let's get a lunchtime. Because I personally don't like talking about that at church. Whereas like Ashley may be different, like, yeah, let's talk about it now. And so,
Yeah, I mean, if somebody comes up to me, I
Yeah.
just start
Yeah.
talking about
and
it.
so but that both ways are correct.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but whatever
Right?
works. yeah.
Whatever works
Yeah.
is correct, whatever you're comfortable with. And that's what we try to, the word that she used was authentic. And I think that's so important.
Yeah.
It's just what you're comfortable with is what you should go with.
I love it. All right. So I have to ask you, you told me a story about the
Oh.
client who couldn't afford you. And this is me tooting my own horn, by the way, guys. I'm bragging right now with this story. Okay.
It's a funny story. It's cute.
So earlier this year, I got a call from a person looking at possibly selling their home. And so she said she Googled Central Texas real estate agents and 9 came up. Of those 9, 5 had websites. She went to those 5 websites.
He's like,
Mhm.
She went to the 5 websites and got numbers to call. This is important. Called and only 2 returned her phone call. I was one of them.
Yep.
And I actually had to text, like, sorry, I can't get the phone right now. What's a good time for me to call you back? And so I had to actually text her back. But then I followed up with a phone call. And so after we got the listing, and I was at the listing appointment, and I told her what our commission on our listing fee was and how that was going to be split, you know, disclosing all that information. She kind of sat back and she goes, whew. And I was like, I was kind of nervous because I have to admit, the hardest part for me in real estate is saying, here's what we're charging. And I know the value that we bring, but it's just hard for me. And she said, when I found y'all's website and I knew I was meeting with you, I told my husband I was afraid we wouldn't be able to afford you. And I thought to myself, never again will I apologize or feel bad for the commission that we charge. We work hard.
Yeah.
And I probably could have quoted her higher. But it made me feel so good because we have invested in our brand. We've invested in our website. You've done an amazing job.
Thank you.
We've invested in our search engine optimization. And we've done our job being educated, being experts in our field, understanding compliance, really, you know, taking our whole role in its entirety. And so we feel like we do bring a lot of value to our clients. And to hear her say, we were afraid we wouldn't be able to afford you, gave me a whole new outlook on what we do. And
Yeah.
it was pretty cool.
Just solely based on looking at your website.
Mhm.
Makes me want to go look at y'all's competition.
Looking at how fabulous we are.
They're like, look at those professional photos. So
And we
good.
do hire a professional photographer there.
Yeah.
We spend the money on that.
We used to not. They used
Actually,
to want.
Because you
yeah,
straight on
it was-
photos,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. And then I said, that's it. I'm done. I'm too busy. I don't have time for this. We need to just hire somebody. It's not expensive and they look so much better. And my biggest thing was so that they could all look the same. Right?
Give
Like
you
it
the
needs
same look
to,
throughout the site and
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
And we love our photographer. He's great.
yeah, which we might, I mean, I've had a lot of people ask and about like lifestyle photo
Oh.
shoots and
Oh,
things. So if not right now, but if you guys ever wanted to share that, I would have a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
people who'd be very, very interested.
They have to drive to Lexington. Or no, she might
She
commute.
makes sure.
halfway between here and Lexington.
Yeah.
So we use a professional photographer for all of our listings. And then a different photographer for our photo shoots and our lifestyle photo shoots.
Which I would highly recommend.
And there's
y'all do
two
that.
because we
Yeah.
use
Yeah.
one for the spring and one for the fall.
Wait, for houses or
For
for
lifestyle
Lifestyle
shoots, yeah,
shoots,
because we
okay.
gotta have the right mood for the right season.
Okay. Y'all are taking these to another level over here. How do you let down that photographer? Sorry, you're just not a spring shoot.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not my vibe for this time, yeah.
Well, and it's really funny because we had done fall photos and I loved them. And I got my business cards and they looked great. And then she's like, we're going to do another one. And so we do those photos and she makes new business cards and she's sending you new pictures. And I said, okay, Ashley, I just have to ask, why did we do new photos? Like these look fine. And she educated me and she said, your website has to stay current.
So we have to be relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
We
can't,
can't have 20-year-old pictures. We've got to
Mhm.
keep updating
or
every
90-day old
Yeah,
photos.
you can't do that either. Who does that?
She said we need a fall mood and a spring mood. It needs to be light and airy.
Yeah.
And I trusted her. And I was like, you know what? Sure. And so and she knows her stuff. So I think the trust that we have between the three of us is also pretty important.
It's
Yeah.
also really good, by the way, on the photos for y'all's Google My Business profile that y'all have to go in and update those photos.
Yeah, I think our
Make a note.
person's supposed to be doing that.
Make
Is
a
he
note.
not?
And Google
talk
will rank you higher, basically. Make a
Okay.
note.
Yeah,
We need
I'm
to
gonna
get that
set a
knocked out.
reminder.
Make a note.
Okay, someone asked, I'm gonna kind of call y'all out right now. But someone asked, what CRM are y'all using?
So Top Producer is one that
Come on now, don't lie. Are you? It's all good. It's all good. Okay, are you actually using it or?
No,
you mean
no.
better?
no, we should. Okay, so my weakness, I feel like, has always been my CRM. And early on, I used a notebook. I'm a paper person. I'm real old school. I love to write. And so I would walk around with a notebook. And then that got frustrating. So then I moved to computer. And I think we would be a lot more efficient and it would be a lot easier for drip campaigns and for email notifications if we would integrate and use top producer that All City offers. If anybody out there wants to take all of our leads and put it
And
in
put
top
'em in
producer
there.
for cheap for us. But, and I don't know, maybe if the market changes, we have a lot of downtime. We just haven't taken the time to move everything into that yet. But I've played in it, and it's a great tool to use. I'll be honest though, we haven't used it like we should.
Well,
So-
I'll tell you, I've gotten emails like from lenders and stuff that are on drip campaigns, and I immediately delete them because I'm like, this isn't authentic. This is automated. I don't want to talk to you right now.
Yeah.
Delete. And so then I'm like, am I wasting my time? Like, I mean, that's just me personally. It works
Yeah.
for people and then it doesn't work for others, right? So I think if that is your jam and that's what you want to do it. But I honestly don't know if I'll ever do it.
So
Personally.
here's my philosophy on the CRMs. I'm actually not a fan of those drip campaigns
Okay.
at all.
Good. Because they're
Um,
awful.
we've had even on another CRM that we have, you know, we would get complaints from people and they're like, this is annoying, this feels like
Yeah.
spam.
Mhm.
My rule is you should always have a future contact set for every person in your database. So when you log in, it'll tell you, hey, you haven't spoke to this person in 30 days. And then
Okay.
it's up to you whether you want to do
To
an
do.
email,
Okay.
a phone call, a
Right.
text message.
Use it as a trigger system, like
Okay.
a,
Yeah.
hey, go
That
contact
way you don't
these
forget
people.
anybody, because the worst feeling in
Good
the
idea.
world is, you know, you go out to happy hour or you're out with someone and they're like, oh, did you hear so-and-so just bought a new house? And you're like, that person was like a major acquaintance of mine. I should have gotten that deal. But then you realize, well, I didn't reach out to so-and-so. I didn't talk to so-and-so. And my other tip for you guys, because everybody says the same thing, which is I don't have, like, if anybody wants to put my database in there, it's the same thing. So I always tell everybody, I'm like, look, go get everybody into an Excel spreadsheet and just put like 3 people in per day. Because then what you're doing,
Okay, that's a good
because
idea.
if you put them all in at once, you're kind of basically you're setting yourself up for like 100 calls to make next month on the same day. So if you
Okay.
just do like 2 or 3 a day, then 30 days from now, it'll remind you like, hey, here's 3 people. You need to
What good
reach out to.
advice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's very
Brad.
helpful.
Yeah. So, and then you don't have to think of it as like, I got to sit down for hours and go through this. You know, it's just like every morning,
Yeah.
all right, 3 people. Yeah.
No, that's a great
Name,
idea.
phone number, email.
Let me jot that down.
So I actually have an Excel database that starts back the year I first started real estate that has all the leads that have come through. I'm a data person. I like to know where my leads are coming from.
Mhm.
And then I know how much money to spend where. So I put all the leads that I get in there and how often I've contacted them, what was the outcome. And so I'll go back through each of those sheets all the way back and see who do I need to contact, who I haven't contacted in a while. And then all of my closed, I have an address book. So once I close, I put them in my address book, and that's where did I send them a Christmas gift? Have I written them a thank you note? Have I sent them a handwritten letter? When was the last time I took them to lunch? So that's my database, but it's more like an Excel spreadsheet. Yours is all, what's yours?
Mine is all in here.
What's yours?
Kind of both. Yeah.
We're all over the place.
Okay, so one of the other cool things about Top Producer is you can have it remind you of like stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it won't actually send it.
Yeah.
So you could probably shave like hours off of your
I
year.
know, you're right. You're right.
Probably.
I know, we need to do that. I'm feeling.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to harp on
You know
y'all,
what? I
bring you
can
in
tell
here,
you,
interrogate you.
actually, it's in my calendar and my phone. That is where my life is.
That's a good way
And
to
my
do it.
people, and I set
Everything's
reminders
in
and
the calendar,
alerts
for sure.
and all this stuff. So yeah, actually, it's not all just in here. It is in my calendar.
like
That's
that.
like my main thing that I work off of.
And as we always say, the best CRM is the one that you'll use.
Mhm.
So,
That's
Yes.
good.
you know, some people, yeah, calendar, Excel spreadsheet.
I look at my calendar
Yeah.
probably like 5 times a day.
Mhm.
What's next?
But then
Yeah.
it's just y'all are
What's next?
actually using,
Mhm.
you are actually using something.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
A lot of
absolutely.
people are not using anything at all. And then
Okay.
that's when stuff falls.
Well, yeah, at first I was like, what am I using? Probably nothing. Nope.
Yeah.
No, you
And then I was like, oh wait, yes, I am. I do have something.
All right, so my last question for you guys, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. What are your goals for next year? Number of deals? Do you want more agents? What are y'all looking to do? It doesn't just have to be, we want to do X amount in volume.
Right.
Yeah, no. So I know we hadn't really talked about our goals for next year. Because we kind of do it closer in the fall before we do our final workshop for the year. But we want to focus on all of our agents that we have right now and nurture them and get them producing and, get their systems in place and what works for them. That's like a really big goal for us because we have quite a few new, like brand new agents, and it takes a little bit of time to get up and running. And we even tell our agents when they're brand new coming on, I'm like, I didn't get my first commission check until 10 months into the business. And I was like, but they were different because they were on a different structure, right? And so anyways, we try to prepare them to not make any money. And then when they make money fairly quickly, it's a nice surprise, right? And so we really, really, really want to focus on our team strengths and weaknesses, how we can improve us three, how we can help our agents more, and how we can get our agents producing and doing it organically and focusing on their sphere and their people that are in their lives and things like that.
I love it.
And then from a more business standpoint,
Mhm.
Yeah, Dana, take that. I don't do that.
so we also have educational goals. We've
Yes.
challenged each of our new agents to get their GRI in their first 2 years.
Yeah.
I would like to get my associate broker's education and license, not that I'm ever leaving All City, but just to be better educated.
Knowledge.
So those are, and we always are encouraging all of our agents and ourselves to get more than the minimum required.
Yeah.
We always say that, go above and beyond, get more than you need, learn more. We want to be better informed and better educated for our clients. So we have educational goals. Also, we are renting space.
Oh, yeah,
We have a personal goal
Yeah,
to get to the point where we stop throwing money away in a lease and we can purchase and own a place so that we have office space. We have
For
2
our
offices. When we first opened, we had 1 office, and very quickly we went to 2 offices because of the revenue that was coming in. And we have a personal goal of being able to get a home, renovate it, and have a really nice office space for all of our agents. So that's a goal we have. And then we also have goals to help each of our agents grow and learn how to coach and mentor others.
Yes.
So we have an agent on our team who specializes in Killeen and Fort Hood, and he's told us he would like to eventually run a team. We would like to see that happen within Hearthstone. So All City, Hearthstone, more teams. And so part of our coaching process isn't just coaching agents, but also coaching them to be team leads themselves to then start nurturing other agents under them. And so I think my overall goal for Hearthstone is that we have All City and Hearthstone, and then maybe all these little branches of teams off Hearthstone around the state of Texas. And that's, I guess that's kind of my goal. And so it's baby steps along the way.
Yeah.
For everyone to be successful in whatever way they envision it to be, right? So if it's a dollar amount, or if it's a number, or if it's to be able to help and mentor others, like we want to help facilitate that and help them grow. And
because each family has their own need, right? Like maybe you need to make the X amount of dollars this year. Maybe you just want a goal to close this many transactions. Maybe you want to have more flexibility and time with your family, different things. And so we take each agent and ask, individually, what is your goal? What are you trying to do? And then we help nurture that.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm
So-
very, very excited for you guys. Like, especially after hearing y'all's goals. Like, I'm like super excited right now.
We also are
It's all
trying
in
to
God's
be,
timing.
we're also trying to be proactive and think about how are we going to be successful through the upcoming uncertainty in real estate.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons why we're here meeting with this guy is because we have some ways we want to brainstorm about being on the cutting edge of lead gen.
Getting into video.
Yeah. And none of us
we
like being in front of the camera. But because I don't ever want to say, I wish I had thought of that, or I wish I had been on that train earlier. I want to be already there.
Yeah.
And so we know that we need to be creative in coming up with ways to weather through the next couple of years that we're going to have, and help all of the agents on our team be successful. So I think we're all team leads. We're all still producing. So we all still have lots of clients that we're working with. But the things that keep me up at night are, am I doing everything I need to do to help all of our agents be successful? Is there something else I can do for them? Is there a client that I'm working with that maybe I could give to this agent because then that will help grow them. So we do give leads.
Mhm.
And
But we don't promise them,
no, we don't promise
Okay.
them. But it's
right? Because we don't
right.
know.
Yeah.
If it's a bad year of real estate, we can't afford to pass a lead, you know, because we have to provide for our family. But if we are plentiful and I'm like, girlfriend, take it, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
help me, help you. And it's
help me. Help me.
yeah.
Well, and what's so cool about All City with the intermediary, since we don't do intermediary without appointment, which I think is so smart
Mhm.
because it protects us in so many ways. When we have listings, you want everybody on your team to get leads from that or to represent somebody. And so I hated it before when I would get a call on my own listing and you're tempted to, do intermediary without appointment. And it's really not the best thing at all.
Yeah.
And so since we don't do that in All City, when we get a listing, it's very exciting because then you can look at the other agents, say, do an open house, get some leads from this.
Yeah.
Or if we get a call on it, somebody wants to make an offer. Hey, I've got somebody who wants to make an offer, who wants to represent them.
Yeah.
And so it's a great way to help the other agents on your team start getting
Business.
transactions and closing.
Yeah. Okay, one more thing. I just remembered about y'all's website
Okay.
because I think y'all are maybe only like a handful of people with sites that actually do this. Y'all put every single listing on the site.
Yes.
I love that they do this because it just builds like a resume for you guys.
Yeah, they stay there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and Ruth designed their template that they use, and I've been trying to encourage other agents to go rip off y'all's template. By the way. Thank you, Ruth.
Good job. Good job.
But yeah, so yeah, that's something that if you haven't checked out the HearthstoneHomeGroup.com, you should go check it out first of all. The site looks amazing.
He's like, toot toot. No.
That is one of the other things that I love about their site is it's just it's a resume because on a lot of websites you don't get that, especially in a real estate website. It's like once the listing's gone, the IDX has to take it down and they can't show it anymore.
Oh,
For you guys, you'll just have like this like giant sold database of like, look at all the homes we've done. So I really, really like that. All right, well, I was gonna see if anybody had any questions. I'm a little hesitant to turn everybody off of mute at one time.
He's like, raise your hand.
So if you have any questions, the chat would be preferred.
There you go.
Nathan's on here. Uh-oh.
We're not scared.
Wait, hang on. I can't see that.
What is that?
Oh, yes.
there it is.
Aaron's showing the
Yeah.
folder. I don't know if we can unmute. If we unmute.
Shout
we
out
should
to
jump over to
Fairway the Wood
Yeah.
Group. That's the lender who helps us. Fairway the Wood Group and First Community Title and Temple.
Now show the back.
And
There
then
you
that's Dan
go.
Wilkerson with
Who said?
Goosehead Insurance. So those are the three groups who help us. And your community, your squad, as you might call it, your lenders, your title company, insurance,
Well, they're
contractors,
they're part of your
of you.
team.
Yeah. And so we also take them to lunch and
Mhm.
spend a lot of time working on those relationships as well.
I love it.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thanks for showing that to us. I was trying to get the other thing, guys. We cannot actually hear you guys.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah. For some reason, the sound is not working on
Is that a
our.
question?
oh, so they have to type.
Really?
Someone said they really enjoyed your energy. What?
Oh, I do. Let me speak to this really quickly because I'm the data person and numbers person. You asked about goal setting. So when we meet with each of our agents, and we try to figure out what their goals are going to be, we know what our average commission sale is per our market. So in our market, because a lot of y'all may be all over the state of Texas, our average sale in our market is 323,000. Okay, so that's Central Texas. And so we take that and figure out what is the average commission from that. And then we let all the agents on our team know that for 2022, here is our average commission per sale. So if you want to make $100,000, divide that, that's how many transactions you need. And then you need to speak to 10 people per transaction you need to close. So if you want 20 transactions, you need to have 200 people that you're talking to and coming in contact with one way or another. Now, we've noticed in our sphere, we're flipping probably 1 in 4 in your sphere. Your sphere is a whole lot better.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
25%.
Yes. And actually, I think it was 67% for me in 2020.
Holy cow.
And so, and then we noticed Realtor and Zillow is like 0.4%.
Yeah.
And then open houses were a lot better. And we also send out beautiful just sold postcards. We utilize the United States Postal Service. They have an amazing
Every door
program.
direct?
Yep.
Yes. And she designs these just sold postcards and we send them out to everybody in that area when we sell. And, you know, it seems expensive, but you get 1 lead from that a year and it pays for all of them.
And I think David's gotten 2 or 3.
Yeah,
from them.
David's gotten several from that.
Yeah.
So we really study our data to figure out where is the money best spent. But that's how we set our goals personally. And I may, you know, need to make more right now because I've got a daughter in college, but maybe next year I don't want to do as much because I want to take more vacations. You know, I don't know. But, so we each are able to look at how many transactions do we need, and then we set small goals every month. And so real quickly, the goals that I set per month are 3 lunch appointments a month,
Okay.
5 handwritten cards a month.
Just 5?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's all I do. 1 community event that's something I would normally not do.
Okay, what does that look like? What do you mean by that? Like you go to a community event? Like you
Attend a
find it?
community
Okay.
event
Mhm.
that's not already like, I'm not going to count Bible study that I go to every Wednesday night.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not, you know, she's not going to count school board that she goes to once a month.
Yeah.
But a community event,
extra.
yeah, that you're getting out there. And then from that, I hope to get, for me, just 2 listing appointments a month. It doesn't seem like a whole lot, but when you start meeting those small goals every month, you'll grow into 5 listing appointments, 7 listing appointments. I mean, you'll have more that you're writing. Now with my database, I have to write more than 5 cards a month if I'm going to write everybody every anniversary.
Mhm.
So, you know, set your small goals that are achievable and attainable on a monthly basis. And that you'll notice that your big goals of how many people you need to talk to and how many transactions you need to close will happen.
What was the bet that I made with our previous broker? And remember when we were meeting people, it was like, you know, I bet you can't meet so many people, get their name and number.
Oh,
And I was like, so I was like keeping a list. It's a fun thing to do, especially when you're a new agent.
Yeah.
You know, you like run, like how she was saying, I'm not good with numbers. So you like run the numbers, how many people you have to touch, have a relationship with to convert 1, right? Or whatever, however many you need for the year. And so we did that. And then I just kept a sheet in my phone of all the people I met, where I met them, added them on social media, got their phone numbers and tried to stay in touch with them. And I mean, it was fun. Like it was encouraging because I'm a people person anyways. And so I'm like, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
But anybody new agents want to do something fun like that, it's a great,
I like it.
great
That's a fantastic idea. Oh, the program, it's called Every Door Direct. And if you go to the US Postal Service's website, where you just Google Every Door Direct USPS, and it'll take you there. And it's actually like, it's a map, right? Like
Yeah,
you click on the
it's a
map and you
route.
say, I want this area. Yeah. And I'll say for the just sold cards, guys, especially if you can hit like the same neighborhood,
Right.
like regularly, because you're constantly selling homes in that area.
Mhm.
It is a fantastic idea. And I look at like my neighborhood is 3,000 plus homes. I probably get 2 just sold cards every year. That's it.
Wow.
And there's no one farming our neighborhood.
What's
Oh,
your
wow.
neighborhood?
I was gonna say, the newest agent, she might want to consider
Yeah.
farming my neighborhood. So
Well,
yeah.
I had a fun story out of a just sold card I sent a couple of years ago, because you wonder, is anybody going to see this? And so we actually choose a little bit larger size. If it's 5 by 7, and we make sure they're very attractive,
Mhm.
so that, you know, you're like, oh, what's this?
Put a cute picture on there.
But she called me and she said, I had been wondering if I should sell my home. And then I went to my mailbox and I pulled out and this angel. And I was like, oh. And she said, I just had to call you. I felt like it was an answered prayer. I've done 2 deals with her.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And so it was well worth it,
Yeah.
the money on those postcards.
Yeah.
So don't get called an angel very often. but-
Yeah.
She was like, ah.
Well, all right, guys. Well, we are at about an hour now, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut her down. Unfortunately, I'm really sorry that we couldn't hear you guys. My bad. This was our first time doing this here at the office, and I did
Next
not
time.
even think about that. Oh, someone asked what their website. It's
Hearthstone Home Group.com.
TH.
Yeah.
Hearth, so heart with an H,
Um,
Hearthstone. The name came from, we were looking at what's important to us,
mhm.
and family was important. So we thought, okay, how do we get home, family, faith, all of that tied together? And a long time ago, the hearthstone on the fireplace is where families prepared meals. They got heat, they got light, and nutrition. And so we took the hearthstone and decided that was like the center of the home. And that's where we got the name from.
Mhm.
Nice. I just figured y'all were sitting in y'all's living room, and you were like,
That's a cute
No.
heart.
And it's made of stone.
Sounds great.
well, all right. Well, thank you guys so much.
Hearthstone, but all city, we're still
Yeah.
showing the all
Still
city,
repping All City.
all city logo.
They are Trek compliant on their
Yes.
t-shirts.
Always
All city.
on everything.
All right, guys. Well, we will see y'all for the next one. Bye, everybody.